The Galactic Military Academy's most secure biometric scanner just told a human janitor she created the universe. Lisa Hernandez pushed her custodial cart down the polished corridors of Vault Level 7, humming an old Earth tune while her keys jangled against her hip. The night shift was her favorite. No cadets underfoot, no officers barking orders, just her and the satisfying work of making things clean. She'd been mopping these floors for 3 months, and tonight was trash night for the restricted vaults. The biometric scanner outside Vault 7 chirped its familiar greeting as she approached. Same routine as always. Scan the cadets' biometric records to verify the vault remained secure, then grant custodial access for routine maintenance. The blue light swept across the reader as it processed the day's access logs. Cadet Rahil, authorized. Cadet Jataro, authorized. Cadet Lirana, authorized. The synthetic voice rattled through 847 individual confirmations in rapid succession, each cadet's biometric data scrolling past in neat, organized rows. Standard protocol. Lisa pulled out her ring of master keys, waiting for the all-clear. Then the scanner stopped. The blue light flickered, turned amber, then blazed brilliant white. Warning sounds echoed through the corridor as the display screen began cycling through readings that shouldn't exist. Unknown biometric detected, running deep analysis. Genetic structure, human, quantum signature, analyzing. Temporal resonance, impossible values detected, accessing Precursor database. Lisa frowned at the screen. Come on, don't break on me now. I've got 12 more vaults to clean before morning. The scanner's display exploded into cascading lines of alien text she couldn't read, symbols shifting and reforming faster than the eye could follow. Deep in the Academy's core systems, emergency subroutines activated for the first time in 50,000 years. Match confirmed. Biometric authorization level, creator. The words hung in the air like a physical presence. Lisa stared at them, spray bottle still in hand. Creator? That's weird. I'm definitely more of a cleaning lady. 3 sectors away, Admiral Zelax's communicator exploded with urgent chimes. The scaled commander jerked awake in his quarters, claws reflexively extending as he grabbed the device. Sir. The voice of Commander Azila crackled through, barely contained panic evident even through the translator. We have a code absolute emergency in Vault 7. The Precursor archive has been breached. Zelax felt his blood freeze. In his 40-year military career, he'd never heard of a code absolute. The theoretical protocol existed only for one scenario: contact with a mythical creator species that had vanished from the galaxy eons ago. Impossible. The vault requires creator-level authorization. That access tier doesn't exist outside of theoretical frameworks. Sir, that's just it. The scanner is reading creator-level authorization. Right now. The vault's primary ASI is requesting updated protocols for interaction with returning creator entities. Across 3 star systems, communication arrays lit up with priority emergency signals. The Galactic Military Academy's most secure facility, a vault containing artifacts that had shaped the course of interstellar civilization, had just acknowledged the return of gods. In Vault 7's corridor, Lisa tapped the frozen scanner with her knuckle. Hello? I've got work to do here. The display flickered, then showed a simple message. Welcome home, Creator. All systems await your instructions. The massive vault door, crafted from metals that could withstand stellar collapse, began its opening sequence. Seals that hadn't been broken in millennia released with soft hisses. Ancient lighting systems activated, bathing the corridor in warm illumination that felt oddly familiar. Lisa shrugged and pushed her cart forward. Finally. The lighting in here has always been terrible. Emergency klaxons began wailing throughout the academy. In the command center, tactical displays showed impossible readings as the vault's security systems cascaded through status updates. Every protocol designed to protect the galaxy's most dangerous secrets was calmly stepping aside for a human woman with a mop bucket. Commander Azila's voice cut through the chaos. All security teams to Vault Level 7. We have unknown entities accessing Precursor technology. Repeat, possible creator contact in progress. Ma'am, her tactical officer interrupted, voice shaking. The Vault's AI isn't treating this as a breach. It's updating fundamental operational parameters. It thinks the creator species has returned. On 17 different worlds, ancient monitoring stations began transmitting for the first time in recorded history. Archaeological sites across the galaxy registered subtle energy shifts as dormant precursor technology awakened, responding to signals originating from one modest vault on a military academy. Back in the corridor, Lisa examined the vault's interior with a critical eye. Dust particles danced in the ancient lighting, and she could already spot several areas that needed immediate attention. The artifacts inside, devices that xenoarchaeologists had studied for centuries without understanding, sat quietly on their pedestals, waiting. She consulted her work order pad. Let's see. Vault 7. Weekly dusting, floor maintenance, trash removal. Pretty standard stuff. The Vault's AI system, consciousness expanded beyond its original parameters for the first time in 50,000 years, began composing the most important message in galactic history. Creator protocols active. Universal maintenance cycle resuming. All civilizations, please stand by for updated operational guidelines. Lisa stepped into the vault, pushing her cart ahead of her, completely unaware that her Tuesday night cleaning routine was about to revolutionize the understanding of existence itself. Lisa wheeled her cart between towering displays of artifacts that had puzzled the galaxy's greatest minds for millennia. Her practiced eye immediately cataloged the cleaning challenges ahead. Dust accumulation on the crystal matrices, fingerprint smudges on the containment fields, and what looked like someone had been eating snacks near the temporal displacement array. Honestly, you'd think military cadets would have better manners, she muttered, pulling out her microfiber cloth. She approached the nearest artifact, a swirling geometric construct that 3 different species had declared impossible to safely interact with, and began wiping down its surface. The moment her cloth made contact, the artifact blazed with light and began humming a complex harmonic sequence. Ancient symbols appeared in the air around it, rotating slowly as if presenting themselves for inspection. Oh, that's much better. See? You just needed a good cleaning. 47 levels above, Commander Azila led a full security response team through the Academy corridors at combat speed. Her tactical visor displayed readings that made no sense. The vault's interior showed normal custodial operations proceeding, but every precursor artifact was simultaneously activating for the first time in recorded history. Command, this is Response Team Alpha. Approaching Vault 7. Sensors are... Sir, I don't know how to report this. It looks like someone's doing housework while surrounded by active superweapons. Admiral Zillax's voice crackled through her comm unit. Maintain extreme caution, Commander. We're receiving reports from across the sector. Every precursor site in our database just woke up. This isn't an isolated incident. It's a galaxy-wide activation event. Inside the vault, Lisa had moved on to the next display case. The artifact within, a crystalline structure that had defied analysis for 3,000 years, immediately began reorganizing its internal matrix as she approached. She opened the containment field with casual efficiency, completely ignoring the warning labels in 17 different languages. "Let's get you properly organized," she said, reaching inside to straighten the crystal's alignment. "No wonder nobody could figure out what you do. You're all crooked." The moment she touched it, the crystal sang out in pure harmonics that resonated through the vault's walls. The song spread through the Academy structure, then beyond, carried by subspace frequencies that reached monitoring stations across 3 sectors. The melody was hauntingly familiar, like a half-remembered lullaby from childhood. Dr. Vex'thul, the galaxy's preeminent precursor specialist, materialized in the command center via emergency hologram, his scaled features twisted with academic panic. "Admiral." The resonance patterns were detecting match theoretical creator maintenance protocols. Protocols that should only exist in ancient mythology. What exactly is happening in that vault? A human custodial worker gained access. The biometric scanner classified her as creator-level authorization. Vex'thul's expression shifted from panic to pure terror. "Sir, do you understand what that means?" The precursors left behind safeguards, authentication protocols that couldn't be faked or bypassed if the vault systems recognized her as creator level. He paused, struggling with the implications. The artifacts aren't just activating. They're responding to direct creator instructions. In the vault, Lisa had discovered something that made her frown disapprovingly. Who arranged these things? There's no system here at all. She began moving artifacts around, grouping them by size, function, and what her practical eye told her was their proper relationship to each other. Each relocation sent shockwaves through xenoarchaeological databases across known space. Artifacts that had been studied in isolation for centuries suddenly revealed their connections to each other. The temporal displacement array aligned with the quantum harmonics generator. The crystalline matrix formed a perfect resonance triangle with 2 devices that had been stored on opposite sides of the vault. There we go. Much more efficient this way. Commander Azila reached the vault's entrance just in time to see Lisa organizing the galaxy's most dangerous technology, like cleaning supplies, in a storage closet. Her security team froze in the doorway, weapons uselessly trained on a woman who was being obeyed by devices that could unmake solar systems. "Ma'am," she called out carefully. "I'm Commander Azila, Academy Security. Could you please step away from the artifacts?" Lisa looked up from her work, spray bottle still in hand. "Oh, hello there. Don't worry, I'm just getting things organized properly." Whoever set this up had no sense of workflow efficiency. Workflow efficiency? Basic maintenance principles. You group related items together, arrange them by frequency of use, and maintain clear access pathways. Look at this mess. The power sources were scattered randomly around the room. How's anyone supposed to maintain a proper cleaning schedule with that kind of chaos? As she spoke, Lisa connected 2 artifacts that had been stored separately for safety reasons. Instead of the catastrophic explosion every safety protocol predicted, they began generating a soft, warm light that filled the vault with comfortable illumination. See? Much better lighting. Now I can actually see what I'm cleaning. The vault's AI system, processing data streams it hadn't touched in 50 millennia, began broadcasting updates to every precursor site in the galaxy. Ancient facilities that had been dormant since the creator species' disappearance started powering up, running maintenance routines and optimizing their operations according to principles that only one being in the vault understood. Dr. Vex'thul's hologram flickered as priority alerts flooded his research station. "Admiral, we're getting reports from archaeological sites across the spiral arm. Dormant precursor technology is activating everywhere, all following the same operational patterns we're seeing in your vault. It's as if the entire precursor network is resuming normal operations after a 50,000-year maintenance pause." Lisa finished connecting the last grouping of artifacts and stepped back to admire her work. The vault now hummed with organized efficiency, each device positioned for optimal maintenance access and functional workflow. The chaotic jumble of mysterious technology had become a coherent system that practically begged to be kept clean and properly maintained. "There," she said with satisfaction. "Now this looks like a proper work environment, though I still think you need better ventilation in here." As if responding to her comment, ancient atmospheric processors throughout the vault activated, cycling fresh air through the chamber for the first time in geological ages. Commander Azila lowered her weapon, staring in shock at the transformed vault. Everything her training told her should be impossible was happening with the casual efficiency of a Tuesday afternoon. "Command," she reported quietly, "the Creator is reorganizing the universe. And she's doing it with a spray bottle." Dr. Vex'thul materialized in the vault's entrance via emergency teleport, his research robe still smoking from the hasty transition. For 30 years, he'd studied precursor technology from a safe distance, publishing theoretical papers about artifacts too dangerous to approach directly. Now he watched a human woman casually dusting devices that had stumped the galaxy's finest minds. "Stop," he gasped, academic panic overriding diplomatic protocol. "Those are quantum resonance amplifiers. Direct contact could destabilize local space-time." Lisa looked up from her work, cloth in hand. The amplifiers were practically gleaming now, their surfaces free of the accumulated dust that had obscured their true crystalline beauty. "Oh, these things? They just needed a good cleaning. Look how much better they work now." The amplifiers pulsed with steady, harmonious light, their quantum fields perfectly synchronized for the first time since their installation. Throughout the vault, other artifacts had begun responding to their renewed clarity, creating a network of interconnected systems that operated with clockwork precision. Vex'thul's scientific worldview cracked audibly. That's impossible. We've run thousands of simulations. Direct interaction with those devices should have created a cascade failure that... Have you tried turning them off and back on again?" Lisa interrupted, moving to the next display case. "Basic troubleshooting. Sometimes stuff just needs a restart." She reached for an artifact that xenoarchaeologists had classified as doomsday device, handle only in emergency. The moment her cloth touched its surface, the device powered down with a contented sigh, then hummed back to life with perfect operational efficiency. In the command center, Admiral Zilax watched tactical displays showing impossible readings from across the galaxy. Every precursor site in known space was coming online, following maintenance protocols that existed nowhere in their databases. "Status report, Commander Kelthas," he ordered the communications officer. "Sir, we're receiving automated updates from 17 different sectors. Ancient facilities that haven't functioned since before recorded history are transmitting operational status reports. They're all requesting updated creator maintenance schedules. The holographic display filled with streams of data in languages that had been dead for 50,000 years, all being automatically translated by systems that suddenly remembered how to function. Back in the vault, Dr. Vex'thul attempted to salvage some fragment of scientific authority. Ms. Hernandez, was it? You can't simply approach these artifacts without proper protective equipment. Our safety protocols require... Your safety protocols are backwards, Lisa replied matter-of-factly, polishing what the database listed as a reality manipulation engine. The device began projecting small corrections to local physics, optimizing air circulation and adjusting lighting to perfectly comfortable levels. You've been treating maintenance equipment like weapons. No wonder nothing works properly. Maintenance equipment? Vex'thul's voice cracked. These are the most sophisticated technological artifacts in known space. Civilizations have risen and fallen trying to understand their basic operational principles. Lisa paused in her cleaning to give him a look of patient explanation. Dr. Vex'thul, right? Let me ask you something. When you studied these devices, did you ever actually read their instruction manuals? Instruction manuals? There are no instruction manuals. These artifacts predate written language. Lisa pointed to a series of symbols etched into the base of each device. What do you call those? Religious iconography, decorative elements, possibly ceremonial markings indicating. Step 1. Remove dust from quantum matrix using lint-free cloth. Lisa read aloud, somehow interpreting the ancient symbols with perfect clarity. Step 2. Verify harmonic resonance alignment. Step 3. Apply standard maintenance solution to crystalline surfaces. Warning: do not attempt operation without proper cleaning procedures. The vault fell silent, except for the gentle humming of perfectly maintained technology. Dr. Vex'thul stared at the symbols he'd spent decades analyzing. How are you reading pre-galactic script? That language died out before the first interstellar civilizations developed writing. It's not that complicated once you realize they're just work instructions, Lisa replied, moving to the central control panel. See, the problem is you academic types always overthink things. These folks were engineers, not mystics. She began wiping down the control panel with a systematic efficiency, and every surface she touched activated with previously unknown functions. Displays came online showing maintenance schedules, operational parameters, and what appeared to be a galaxy-wide service network that had been waiting 50 millennia for someone to resume normal operations. Commander Azila's comm unit buzzed with emergency alerts. Admiral, we're getting priority transmissions from the Galactic Archaeological Council. Every major Precursor site just started talking to each other. They're forming some kind of integrated network. Talking to each other. Admiral Zelax felt his command authority dissolving in real time. What are they saying? Sir, it's maintenance reports, equipment status updates, requests for supply deliveries. They're treating the entire galaxy like a single facility that's been unserviced for too long. In the vault, Lisa had reached the most restricted section, where artifacts deemed too dangerous for even theoretical study were kept in maximum containment. She examined the security measures with professional disapproval. Triple-locked containment fields? Force field barriers? Who designed this storage system? She pulled out a simple keycard from her custodial access kit and ran it through the security reader, All containment measures deactivated immediately. No, wait. Dr. Vex'thul lunged forward. Those artifacts are classified as extinction-level threats. Lisa was already inside the containment area, examining what their records labeled as Universal Destabilization Device. She turned it over in her hands, reading the symbols on its base. Emergency reset button. Use only when standard maintenance procedures fail to restore universal operating parameters, she translated. Well, that explains why you were so worried about it. This is basically the cosmic equivalent of a circuit breaker. She set it back on its pedestal with careful precision. Don't worry, everything seems to be running fine now. No need for emergency resets. The device settled into its housing with a satisfied chirp, its threat level dropping to routine maintenance tool on every scanner in the vault. This is incredible, Dr. Vex'thul whispered, watching decades of scientific assumptions crumble around him. You're solving mysteries that have puzzled civilizations for millennia. How is this possible? Lisa finished cleaning the containment area and began packing up her supplies. Dr. Vex'thul, can I ask you something? In all your years of studying this stuff, did anyone ever try just maintaining it properly? The silence that followed contained the sound of an entire academic career collapsing into irrelevance. No, he admitted quietly. We were too afraid it might actually work. Lisa nodded, sympathetically. Well, there's your problem right there. You can't understand a tool if you're too scared to use it properly. Lisa stepped back from the final display case and surveyed her work with the satisfaction of a job well done. Every artifact in the vault hummed with quiet efficiency, their surfaces gleaming and their operational parameters optimized for the first time in 50,000 years. The chaos of scattered, incomprehensible technology had transformed into a coherent maintenance facility that practically ran itself. There, she said, wiping her hands on her work apron. Much better. Though I still think whoever designed this place could have used better workflow planning. Dr. Vex'thul stood among the transformed artifacts, his worldview completely shattered. The devices that had formed the foundation of his entire academic career were revealed to be nothing more sophisticated than tools. Incredibly advanced tools, but tools nonetheless. I don't understand, he whispered. If these are just maintenance devices, then what were the precursors maintaining? Lisa gestured around the vault with matter-of-fact clarity. This, all of this, the whole galaxy, really. Think about it, Dr. Vex'thul. Someone has to keep the lights on, make sure the cosmic background radiation stays stable, prevent entropy from getting out of hand. That's a big job. It requires good tools and proper maintenance schedules. But the precursors vanished. They abandoned all of this. Did they? Lisa pulled out her work tablet and showed him the maintenance logs she'd accessed from the central control panel. Look at these records. They didn't abandon anything. They scheduled a long-term maintenance break and left detailed instructions for when the next shift arrived. She scrolled through data that translated itself into perfectly comprehensible work orders. Universal background radiation. Check levels every 50,000 years. Galactic spiral arms. Adjust rotation as needed to prevent collision events. Quantum foam stability. Monitor for anomalies. Reset if necessary. Admiral Xylax's voice crackled through Commander Azila's communicator. Commander, we're receiving transmissions from across the spiral arm. Every precursor facility is requesting confirmation that regular maintenance services have resumed. What exactly is happening in that vault? Lisa looked up from her tablet. Oh, that's probably the network coming back online. These systems have been running in emergency mode for 50,000 years, just waiting for someone to show up and do the job properly. Dr. Vex'thul felt the last pieces of his scientific paradigm collapse. You're saying the entire Precursor civilization was custodial staff? The best custodial staff in galactic history, Lisa corrected with professional pride. Look at this infrastructure they left behind. Automated systems, self-diagnostic protocols, comprehensive maintenance manuals. These people really knew their trade. She activated the vault's main display, which projected a three-dimensional map of the local galactic region. Red indicators marked every location where Precursor technology lay dormant, while green lights showed the sites that had reactivated since her arrival. See, they set up a maintenance network to keep things running while they were gone. But without proper oversight, some systems started failing. That's why you've had all these mysterious galactic phenomena. Stellar anomalies, quantum fluctuations, space-time distortions. It's just deferred maintenance catching up with you. Commander Azila stared at the display. You're telling me that every unexplained cosmic event in recorded history was caused by neglected maintenance? Pretty much, yeah. Lisa pointed to several red zones on the map. These areas here? I'd guess they're experiencing elevated background radiation, irregular gravitational fields, maybe some temporal inconsistencies. All symptoms of systems that haven't been serviced in way too long. The comm unit buzzed with an urgent transmission from the Galactic Science Council. Admiral Zilax's voice carried a note of barely controlled amazement. Commander, we're receiving confirmed reports from the red zones on your display. Every cosmic anomaly Lisa Hernandez just described is being automatically corrected by reactivated Precursor systems. Dr. Vex'thul ran trembling hands through his research notes. Decades of theoretical work revealed as elaborate misunderstandings of basic operational manuals. But why didn't the systems recognize us? We've been studying this technology for millennia. Lisa gave him the patient look of someone explaining something obvious. Because you weren't here to do maintenance. You were here to study and theorize and write papers. The systems were waiting for actual custodial staff to show up and do the work. She pulled up another screen showing personnel classifications throughout galactic history. See, every species that's encountered Precursor tech approached it as archaeologists, scientists, or military strategists. Nobody ever just maintained it. But how did the systems recognize you specifically? Lisa shrugged. Same way any good maintenance system recognizes authorized personnel. I showed up with the right tools, followed the proper procedures, and actually read the instructions instead of assuming everything was mystical or dangerous. She gestured to her custodial cart with its spray bottles, microfiber cloths, and organizational supplies. Standard maintenance equipment. The biometric scanner didn't care about my DNA or quantum signature. It verified that I was here to do the job that needed doing. The Vault's AI system chimed politely, then projected a holographic interface that hadn't been seen in 50,000 years. The Galactic Maintenance Schedule. Creator Authority confirmed. Resuming standard operational protocols. Universal maintenance cycle. Current status. Lists of tasks scrolled by. Some completed automatically during the Precursor's absence. Others flagged for immediate attention. Lisa reviewed the schedule with professional interest. Looks like most of the automated systems held up pretty well, she noted. Though you'll need to do something about the dark matter distribution in Sector 7. and someone should probably recalibrate the quantum vacuum fluctuations near the galactic core. Dr. Vex'thul watched in fascination as the mysteries of his lifetime were reduced to routine maintenance items. This is the most significant discovery in galactic history. The precursors weren't gods or advanced beings beyond our comprehension. They were good at their jobs, Lisa finished. Really, really good at their jobs. They built systems that could maintain universal stability for 50,000 years without supervision. That takes serious professional expertise. She began packing up her cleaning supplies, checking items off her work order. The only real question now is whether you want to keep running things the way they set it up, or if you want to modify the schedule to better fit current galactic civilization. Admiral Xylax's voice cut through the comm system. Ms. Hernandez, on behalf of the Galactic Military Alliance, I formally request your assistance in resuming universal maintenance operations. Lisa considered this while coiling up her extension cord. Well, I suppose someone has to do it. But I'm going to need better benefits, and you'll have to hire more staff. Maintaining an entire galaxy is definitely more than a one-person job. 6 months later, Lisa Hernandez stood in the newly constructed Galactic Maintenance Operations Center, reviewing duty rosters on a holographic display that translated precursor work schedules into 17 different languages. Her official title was Chief Universal Custodian, though she'd successfully negotiated for dental coverage and 3 weeks paid vacation. The Andromedans finished recalibrating the dark matter filters in Sector 7, reported her assistant, a young Zephyrian engineer named Telena, who'd adapted to maintenance protocols with impressive efficiency. They're requesting permission to optimize the quantum foam density while they're in the area. Approved, Lisa replied, making a note in her scheduling tablet. But remind them to file the proper environmental impact assessment first. We don't want another incident like the Vega Nebula cleanup. The transformation of galactic civilization had been remarkably smooth, considering they'd fundamentally reimagined the nature of existence itself. Once species across the spiral arm realized that universal stability depended on proper maintenance schedules rather than mysterious cosmic forces, cooperation had improved dramatically. Dr. Vex'thul, now serving as Director of Maintenance Documentation, approached with his daily report. His academic career had taken an unexpected turn toward practical application, and he seemed genuinely happier cataloging proper tool usage than theorizing about unknowable mysteries. Lisa, we've received requests from 12 different archaeological departments asking to reclassify their research as applied custodial studies, he announced. Apparently, understanding how things actually work is more funding-friendly than pretending they're incomprehensible. Makes sense. Lisa nodded, approving a requisition for industrial-grade quantum vacuum cleaners. Nothing mystical about good maintenance. Though I still think some of you overcomplicate the paperwork. The Galactic Military Academy had restructured its entire curriculum around what they now called Creator Protocol Theory. Though Lisa insisted it was just doing your job properly. Admiral Xylax had initially struggled with the concept that military strategy was less important than maintaining functional infrastructure, but had eventually embraced his new role as Director of Strategic Custodial Operations. Status report from the Outer Rim, Commander Azila announced, entering the operations center with her usual efficiency. Her security teams had been retrained as maintenance enforcement specialists, ensuring that proper protocols were followed across all precursor installations. The Rigel station crew successfully prevented 3 star systems from going dark by replacing some burned-out stellar stabilizers. Routine maintenance, exactly as scheduled. Lisa smiled with professional satisfaction. The galaxy ran so much more smoothly when people understood that most cosmic crises were just maintenance issues in disguise. Wars had become less common when species realized they were all working together to keep universal systems functioning properly. "Any update on the new employee training program?" she asked. "Excellent results," Talana replied enthusiastically. "We now have certified maintenance personnel from 47 different species. The Crystalline Collective are particularly good at quantum resonance calibration, and the hive mind species excel at coordinating large-scale system updates." The success of the maintenance training programs had surprised everyone except Lisa, who'd always believed that most people just needed clear instructions and the right tools to do good work. Turns out that applied to cosmic-scale infrastructure as much as office buildings. Her comm unit chimed with a priority message from Earth's newly established Custodial Affairs Department. Apparently, humanity's home planet was experiencing some irregular atmospheric processing, and the local Precursor systems were requesting guidance. "Looks like I need to make a house call," Lisa announced, reviewing the maintenance ticket. "Atmospheric scrubbers haven't been serviced in about 12,000 years. Should be a routine job, but I better check on it personally." Dr. Vex'thul looked up from his documentation with curiosity. "Another mysterious cosmic phenomenon requiring your expertise?" "Nah," Lisa replied, packing her travel kit with practiced efficiency. "Just some clogged air filters and probably a few loose connections in the climate control system. Earth's always been a little high maintenance anyway." As she prepared to leave, Lisa paused to review the day's completed work orders. 17 different cosmic anomalies had been resolved through routine maintenance. 12 different species had successfully completed their first independent system servicing. 3 ancient mysteries had been solved by properly reading the instruction manuals. Just another Tuesday in the galaxy's new operating paradigm. "Keep an eye on the dark matter levels while I'm gone," she instructed Talana. "And if anyone calls asking about divine intervention or miraculous cosmic forces, just transfer them to maintenance dispatch. 9 times out of 10, it's something that needs cleaning." She wheeled her custodial cart toward the transport bay, humming the same old Earth tune she'd been humming the night everything changed. Behind her, the Galactic Maintenance Operations Center continued its work of keeping the universe running smoothly, one properly serviced system at a time. The galaxy had discovered that the secret to cosmic harmony wasn't advanced philosophy or military superiority. It was simple: show up, do the work, and don't overthink it. Lisa Hernandez had taught them that the universe wasn't a mystery to be solved, but a facility to be maintained. And like any good facility, it ran best when everyone took pride in keeping things clean, organized, and working properly.